I think what has happened is TRE has really expanded and grown very well. However, its next stage or phase of expansion is going to include a number of different expressions. We would have to potentially rename it to actually use names that would fit a different audience that we want to bring the tremor mechanism into. TRE, or trauma releasing exercises, is truly about the neurogenic tremor mechanism. We simply teach how to access that in a very easy way. But neurogenic integration is about how do we bring just that one component into other modalities? How do we help other modalities access this tremoring from within their modalities, from within their frame of reference? How do they articulate what they're doing in their different modalities? And can we include the tremor mechanism into this so that we can actually move the tremor mechanism into a greater expansion of many modalities so that we get what our ultimate goal has always been, to bring it to all human beings, to get them to recognize they're genetically designed to tremor. As one of my providers said to me in such a wise way, that this is actually part of our mammalian heritage. Mammals tremor without any obstruction of an ego to stop it. And they self-regulate. Mammals can live in the wild at the fear of life and death every day and not suffer from post-traumatic stress. And it's because they tremor after traumatic or stressful experiences. The human species is the same. We have to help, or I'm hoping that neurogenic integration is going to help facilitate the movement of this consciousness of how natural it is for the human body to tremor, both by renaming it to make it more easily accessible to people and bringing it into other modalities so that people can recognize how easy and necessary this is to integrate into multiple modalities. I was recently in Thailand and I was working with different professionals of different body-based modalities. And I did 5 different modalities. And it was really funny because every one of them, my body tremored at different times and in different ways according to their intervention as their modality taught them to do. And what I discovered is the tremor mechanism was accessible in every single one of those methods, and that it facilitated the method that they were using on me. And so I saw that because the tremor mechanism is so organic to the human body, it will facilitate and make more easily accessible any other external modality that somebody uses on the human body. And so the tremor mechanism is so organic that it fits with all modalities. And that's been my experience, both personally, the ones I've experienced, as well as other TRE professionals who have taken TRE into their different modalities and have found the same results. I think this specific project of neurogenic integration is going to be, in a sense, the starting point to publicly proclaim that we recognize the tremor mechanism from TRE is the gift that we have to offer, and that we will begin to demonstrate how easily this tremor mechanism can be integrated into other modalities. So this is only the starting point. Once we are able to demonstrate how easy it is to access, how it can be integrated into other modalities, and how it facilitates and potentially improves the effects of other modalities, then other people are going to want to learn how to access this to then incorporate it in their own modalities, in their own ways, using their own words. So I think it's the beginning of starting to branch out in whole new directions by attaching the tremor mechanism to other modalities to facilitate the human body in its opening process through multiple modalities rather than just think that they need to use one, which is TRE, which is trauma releasing exercises, which was its starting point, but is now too narrow in light of a global expansion of understanding about neurogenic tremoring and neurogenic integration into the human body. The internet is allowing people from all over the world to access a great deal more than they were able to, so that even the tremor mechanism itself is being accessed by people who would have no money to pay for this or would have no idea that it existed. And they're now sharing information about the body tremoring, particularly those who we are seeing who are experiencing war or political violence or natural disasters. TRE is moving right into there because they're recognizing that by activating their tremor mechanism after they've experienced a traumatic event, they are much more quickly able to restore themselves back to a calm and relaxed state. And they can self regulate this as an individual, as a family, as a group, or even as a nation. Hopefully, someday we will see this. Video courses are extremely helpful in terms of education and information. And recent research demonstrates that most people who are in the helping profession know 7 different modalities, 7 of them. So that means they're studying multiple modalities. So we're seeing integration rather than people simply sticking with one modality. Now, that's invaluable for us. And getting the education and the information about the tremor mechanism and neurogenic integration out there, we can absolutely use video formats to do that. Where we must also focus is that the people who are engaging in this type of education must do this in their own bodies, because the greatest amount of information and the greatest amount of education, and if you will, deep knowledge, is coming from the body doing it to the individual. So their own tremor mechanism is what's truly educating them on understanding, oh my goodness, I know what this is. I know what it means. I know it, how it helps me. And that's very different than simply knowing it through theory. So what we need to do is combine the two of them. Video explanation is perfect. And the visuals of people tremoring all over the world, which you can find on YouTube or other places, is invaluable for people to see this is normal for the human person. Now what they have to do is make it normal for themselves.